Aloha Panthers, Miss Shannon here again to read you another bedtime story. This one, I Know the Moon, by Stephen Axel Anderson. The night creatures came to the mossy place in the deep wood, formed a silent circle, and saw the moon. I know the moon, said the fox. I know the moon is a rabbit, swift and large and glowing. We play a merry game of chase, in and out of cloudy rabbit holes. No rabbit is her equal, and I'll not catch her soon. That's how I know the moon. The moon is not a rabbit, laughed the moth. I know the moon is a cocoon, a place where moths of legend are born and fly like stars to light the sky. The great moth moon danced, light as air, and bowed low on a golden leaf. Cocoon, that is how I know the moon. No, said the owl, it is not a cocoon. It is a window cut through the night like the hollow of a tree. I see the light fly out and soar away and return to roost with the morning. The owl blinked slowly and stretched his wings. A window in a midnight room, that is how I know the moon. The moon is not a window, said the mouse. It is a seed planted deep in night soil. It blooms a sunflower by day and warms my back, then slips to seed again at dusk. It is a seed in endless bloom. That is how I know the moon. I know the moon is not a seed, croaked the bullfrog. It is a lily pad, a golden lily pad that glistens in every pond and puddle. From there I can admire my reflections and feed on firelight that wings about. A lily pad for froggy croons. That is how I know the moon. The animals, each convinced that he alone knew the moon, began to bicker. And soon their voices grew sharp and tangled, and glints of tooth and claw and angry eyes flashed in the night. Enough, screeched the owl. There is but one moon. We shall have but one answer. The man of science. He reads the rings of trees, the stars of night, sunset colors, black on white. Surely he will know the moon. So they trotted and fluttered and scampered and hopped and flapped their way to him. The man of silence lived alone with his thoughts in a tower high enough to almost touch the moon. Almost. He invited them in and seated them in a row according to width and breadth and height. In turn, each animal told of its moon, then pleaded, "Please tell me that my moon is right." The man plucked a squarish book from his narrow shelf. The moon, I understand, is a barren ball of sand. I know the width, I know the breadth, I know the height. It is dust, it is old, it is crust, it is cold. Facts and figures all in orbit, read the moon, then absorb it. To be sure, the moon is that and nothing more. The night creatures crept cautiously to the book. They sniffed it, they squinted, they stared. The inky pages said not a word. Their moon simply was not there. You see, said the man proudly, it takes many words to know the moon. With that, he closed the book soundly. I really thank you all for calling, but I really can't be dawdling. There's still so much to learn now. Now, good night. The animals thanked him politely and slipped sadly into the darkness. The path home was silent. Far away now, the fox's voice swept away the cool night hush. It takes more than words to know the moon. It must be chased and felt and seen. The man says it's made of letters. I know it's more, the spaces in between. The other animals listened and understood. I know the moon is a cocoon, said the moth, not a ball of sand. A night window, said the owl, much more than dust. A seed in bloom, said the mouse, certainly more than crust. Not simply cold, but a lily pad, said the bullfrog. The fox smiled. A rabbit, he said, but not a nothing. No, they said together, never a nothing. The night creatures came to the mossy place in the deep wood, formed a silent circle, and saw the moon again. The end. I hope you enjoyed your story. Good night.